specializations post MBBS. Right, so we all know that we're discussing what are the prospects post MBBS. So medical profession has been the choice of best mind from various backgrounds, as it offers an acclaimed and financially secure career. I think it is ingrained in our Indian culture that if you become a doctor, you're financially secure, you are secured for the career. Even you could practice in a small village, or you could do it in a corporate hospital. So I mean, everybody recognizes this degree and the respect is automatically shown to that person, right? So that is the reason I think everybody is behind this particular career, right? So it's a tough decision to decide a future course of career after MBBS, right? So see, initially there were no problems. After MBBS, everybody used to go to their clinical practice, especially I'm talking about 25-30 years ago, where they basically, with clinical MBBS, they could do much more things what today a specialist could do, because now it's so specialized that it's basically become mandatory for any clinical doctor with an MBBS degree to proceed further. Because I mean, if you look into the financial aspects of it as well, if you start off in a corporate hospital or with the just MBBS degree, they're not happy because the amount of remunerations they're going to get as a duty doctor is not good enough with the kind of commitment and dedications they've done over the past 6 to 10 years, depending on MBBS and MD courses, right? So that is the thing we need to focus on here. So it's become almost mandatory for a super specialization, or at least MD and MS. So super specialization could be done beyond that as well. Again, it's a long career path. MBBS itself will take us almost 6 years, and then preparation for the entrances, then getting into a master's degree, which is again 3 years, and then super specialization is going to be another 3 years as well. So it's almost like a 10 to 13 year commitment with medical education. So the changing economic and social panorama in India have opened new gates and made the decision a mammoth task, right? So many specializations have come in, super specializations have come in. People have started looking for specialists. They just don't want to go to general physicians because they think that they are not well versed with that particular condition. So I mean, they decide, the patients automatically decide, I have something going on, I think I need to visit the neurologist or cardiologist, etc. Right? So specialization has become almost mandatory nowadays. When we look into the options chosen by MBBS students as well, you see that almost there are various research papers and analysis done for the medical students, that almost 86% of students preferred pursuing post-graduation in a clinical subject after MBBS. Yeah, we do have pre and paraclinical subjects like anatomy, physiology, biochemistry, path, micro, etc. But 86% of the students do prefer to join a clinical course. But things are changing. We have seen good rankers in NEET PGs and other exams choosing pre and paraclinical subjects because of their personal choices, their lifestyle. Okay, what is the kind of ideas they have exactly, right? So all those are interdependent again. So you have your own personal choices, and there are certain factors which decide how a student is deciding on his career. Of course, it depends on the type of rank he gets in the NEET PG, and of course, his choice of subject as well. I will show you the factors which influence the student. So factors influencing decision making after MBBS, it include, of course, the first thing we all look for is a good financial incentive, right? So where do we get placed after a particular degree, after choosing a particular specialization, right? So that's the most important thing, financial incentives. Again, it depends on what kind of packages you're looking at, etc. The next thing is better lifestyle and recognition. So yeah, with higher degrees, you get higher recognition, you have higher influence in the market, you can take higher decisions in a corporate setup, etc. And of course, better lifestyle, which comes automatically with better financial incentives. Then we have the personal choice. People tend to pick a topic when they are actually doing MBBS, right? So they fall in love with a particular subject. So that is the personal influence. Along with their fall in love with the subject, they also see their peers, and they also see their family members, well-wishers doing well in a particular field. So they get an influence of like, oh, why not I become a cardiologist or urologist, etc. Right? So that is the personal influence they have. So it's all about where they grow up, what is the kind of environment they are in, what kind of friends they meet in their MBBS career, who becomes their idols, all those points come into picture. Then it becomes important about work opportunities. So after doing a particular MD or MS, where do I stand? Where do I work? In the sense, is it good for a rural setup or is it good for an urban setup? Can I start my own clinical setup, or can I join a corporate setup? So all these opportunities come into picture when you're choosing a particular subject. Some students are hardcore in the sense they want to get into academics, they want to do a lot of research, they're interested in teaching. So basically, they like to engage medical students. I mean, that's a very good thing to do as well. When you compare to a super specialization where the pay packages are much higher, teaching and research will not show you that big packages. But again, the kind of lifestyle and recognition you get in the market, with the kind of research you're doing, etc., will definitely suffice. And of course, social welfare. Many students have decided to go back to their own villages or small towns to establish setups there and serve the people around in that particular communities. And we do have certain courses like MD in community medicine where they are totally involved in social welfare, in the sense they work with WHO and other health organizations around and stuff. Okay, so these are the few points I would like to discuss, which influence the decision making after MBBS. Most of the students definitely decide to continue with the Indian counterparts, that is the Indian entrance exam. So they either choose to do MD or MS in India and pursue higher education like DM or MCH further. Okay, that is the super specialization. So that is one path which is chosen by most of the students. Suppose the student was not able to crack NEET PG exam, was not happy about what kind of seats he was getting in the NEET PG, then the students tend to go into the alternative exams like the DNB exam, which is conducted by the national board again, which is almost now equivalent to MD and MS, right? There are a lot of laws passed and recognitions passed saying that diplomate of national board is almost equivalent to the MD and MS doctors. So you could do these DNBs in different corporate hospitals across India, which is recognized by the national board, and then you could continue as a specialist in that particular field. The only drawback I would say that is DNB physicians usually are not recognized in the academic area. Like if you want to become an assistant, associate, professor, etc. in a medical school or a college, so the hierarchy doesn't usually fit into these DNB doctors. So of course, if you're still in the corporate setup, you can grow in that particular field as well. The third and the last option students to choose is the diplomas. Diplomas are almost going to be abolished now because it's a 2-year program, and they're always considered to be inferior when compared to MD and MS. So a student does a diploma and a DNB to catch up with the MD MS physicians as well. Now they're bringing laws saying that most of the diplomas should be automatically converted to MD and MS programs in that particular institute. So if the quota of diploma was like 5 seats, all of it will be converted to MD MS. So that is what is being discussed currently in the councils, right? Okay, so that's about Indian path. So when you do a MD, it's Doctor of Medicine, you can always pursue with DM, which is a super specialization as well. If you've gone into the surgical fields, who are hardcore surgeons from day one, people love anatomy, people become surgeons. Okay, so they start with anatomy, they like dissections, they like cutting, they have passion for surgery, they all become MS, and then later on choose their specialty in MCH. Okay, they could become cardiothoracic surgeons, neurosurgeons, okay, we can say urologists, surgical gastroenterologists. There are many courses which are also available through MCH. Okay, that was India. Now, now that we have foreign medical graduates around, and most of the students who have chosen to do MBBS outside India, for them there's a hurdle, in the sense once you finish your MBBS in foreign countries, if you want to come back to India, you need to clear an entrance exam called as the FMGE, Foreign Medical Graduate Exam, which is required. You need to get a 50% score in that particular exam to qualify or to get registered with Medical Council of India, and then do internship in India, and later on become eligible for NEET PG courses as well, right? So that is one hurdle. So foreign medical graduates also tend to choose other pathways like writing international exams. So Indian exams, if they have become eligible, then they need to write the FMGE first. If not, they could directly write entrance exams for USMLE, PLAB, and other exams as well. USMLE is United States Medical License Exam, and PLAB exam is for the United Kingdom. USMLE is considered to be one of the premier exams to become a doctor in the United States. USMLE is basically divided into multiple exams. We have USMLE Step 1, Step 2 CK, Step 2 CS, and then we have the Step 3 exam. So once you qualify all these, you need to apply for residency positions in the United States. And residency is nothing but doing an MD in India. It's equivalent to doing an MD in India. So these residencies are actually free, okay, in the United States. So if you qualify, you get a good step score and you get a residency, you get a very good stipend in the United States of almost 4,000 to 5,000 US dollars per month. The residency spots are free, but the only thing is visa issues can come in, or the step scores are very important in USMLE, right? Then PLAB exam was very popular in 2000s, but later on it suddenly dropped because they stopped recognizing foreign medical graduates. Now again, PLAB is coming into picture because of the Brexit and stuff, so PLAB exam is again becoming popular. Right, these are the two important exams. Along with that, students also choose to go to Germany. Germany, the education is completely free, but you need to pick up on the German language. And then you can also opt for residency positions in the Germany. And we also have AMC, which is Australian Medical Council exam, which is another popular exam. So students could apply for locum jobs and different jobs available in the different parts of Australia. Again, there's an exam to be cleared called the AMC exam, and then you could proceed further. So there's a brief idea about what kind of specializations are available in India and abroad as well. How do you go about clearing these exams and to choose the residency positions in different parts of the world. Right, so this is a brief idea. Okay, so if you need any special details about any particular exam, we have our colleagues in MOKSH who are going to help you out. So that was the medical options. Sometimes students who have chosen MBBS, it could be due to force. That's very common. Okay, so it could be parental pressure. They were pushed into medical fields, etc. So that is one thing. Or a student really did not enjoy the medical curriculum, so they don't want to pursue clinical medicine. They don't want to really become a specialist in a particular field, etc. Or suppose they didn't really do well in their entrance exam. So all those people could definitely go for non-medical options as well. Again, they are very lucrative. There are some very good positions for doctors in non-medical fields as well. Those include your human genetics. You could be a geneticist. You could also get into clinical research organizations. You could also do an MBA and you can run the show there. You can run the hospitals with a master's in health administration or healthcare management. Then we have masters in biomedical sciences. That's a very nice integration between medicine and engineering. There are a lot of courses available, especially the one which is in IIT. Okay, that's called Medical Science and Technology (MS). Okay, it's a very nice integration between medicine and engineering. It's called MMST, Medical Science and Technology Masters. So doctors are eligible for this course, and they could always get a hint of engineering and other science aspects. They could divert themselves from the actual clinical medicine. Then with basic MBBS degrees, you could also get into medical writing and transcription, medical law, and you can also get into pharmaceutical industries. Okay, so I am currently working in a CRO, okay, clinical research organization, as a drug safety physician. So it's called pharmacovigilance. So the various options, I mean, it's not the end of road after MBBS if you don't get a PG degree. Okay, you have masters in public health, which is offered by different countries. So you could do MPH in India, or you could also do MPH from abroad like Singapore, Australia, United States, etc. And you could also become public health specialist in those countries. Okay, they do pick these people, and you do find jobs internationally as well. We do have another cadre where they get into civil services, in the sense that we want to do IAS. So they use MBBS as a platform and then jump into civil services, right? So that's a good chunk of students again. That's a very good option again if you want to stay in the country with a respectable position. Yeah, of course, IAS, we all know what is the importance of IAS in the country as well. So these are the few things I think the students now are interested in non-medical. All right. Okay. Of course, teaching and education is always there. Predominantly teaching is chosen by people who are into pre and paramedical sciences like the anat, physio, biochem, pathology, micropharmacology, etc. These are the physicians who actually get into good academic positions and also into teaching. So what are the employment opportunities? So these are the places where both the non-medical MBBS students and we also have the MD/MS students who can get into different positions like the biomedical companies. Pharmaceutical companies are looking for physicians all the time. Okay, they need different positions like medical managers, drug safety physicians, okay, medical affairs. There are so many positions in pharmaceutical industry with very good packages, in fact. All right. Then they also look for doctors into clinical trials. Okay, different drugs come into market, so we need doctors for clinical trials as well. And of course, the bread and butter is hospitals. The super specialists join the corporate setups at different government hospitals to practice their kind of specialty. Laboratories is mainly for pathologists, microbiologists, biochemists, etc. The other cool and safe jobs are your medical colleges. You can always become a faculty in a particular medical school in your respective departments, and you can develop academics and research. Then we also have other situations like private practice. Okay, I mean, if you have a well-fledged practice with your family, you can always join, or you can start off your own practice in your village, or you can start up in a town, etc. You can also work with multiple clinics, like a lot of people like anesthetists, they're radiologists, they're all freelance. They can join multiple clinics and start analyzing the reports and other things. Okay, so these are the few employment opportunities which are available for different positions. So now is the goal to focus on specializations post MBBS, in the sense the actual MD and MS programs. So this is what is most sought after. So all the MBBS doctors, first thing they do is look for an MD or an MS program, right? So hardcore surgeons or medical students who want to become surgeons get into the MS field, and clinical medicine fellows go into MDs. So most highly preferred degree which is sought after MBBS, right? So this is the most important course, and of course it's a 3-year course which also includes a rigorous examination that tests both theoretical and practical skills in a particular candidate. So you need to be in a position to do research as well during the 3-year program. You need to write a thesis, you need to publish papers, only then the MD degree will be awarded, right? So this course is highly focused on practical and research-based methodology instead of only theoretical knowledge. See, MBBS is basically jack of all and master of none, in the sense you will be experiencing all the subjects, but you will not be specializing in any particular subject, right? Nowadays, specialization has become so important that you need to know everything about a particular subject you have chosen, right? So who is regulating all these fields? It's the Medical Council of India, right? Medical Council of India is a single authority that has the mandate to oversee all the functionalities, approve and recognize different MD and MS programs in different medical colleges, right? So they decide how many seats have to be allotted based on the patient input, infrastructure, etc. So it is perhaps one of the most popular courses chosen by MBBS graduates due to many factors, including expected remuneration. Of course, the financial thing is the first thing that students tend to focus on, and of course their career options, their interests, all those come into, and of course the NEET PG ranking as well. Okay. Okay, so MD entrance exams. So we all know NEET PG. Okay, so we have a new rule now saying that as per the section 10D of the Indian Medical Council Act of 2016, NEET PG is a single eligibility come entrance exam for admission to various MD MS programs, right? Other than the state quota, you have this NEET PG, which is recognized all over India for different medical schools. So along with NEET PG, we have institutes of national importance like AIIMS, JIPMER, PGI, NIMHANS, CHITRA, and all, etc. These institutes also offer their own entrance exams. So once you have done with your MBBS, once you have your registration certificates, you are eligible for the MD entrance or exam or MDMS entrance exams. So you could write the NEET PG or state quota. Along with that, we also have different exams of national importance like the AIMS, JIPMAR, PGI, etc. These are the, of course, these are the premier institutes where the students sought after for different MD/MS programs. Okay, so what are the MD courses or MS progress available in India? So MD is always pursued in a particular specialization, and this more or less determines the field of expertise the candidates want to take in their medical career. So there are many specializations. You can see here I have listed most of them. All right, so we have dermatology. Dermatology is basically specialization association with skin, hair, and nail. Then we have radiotherapy. I'll go into individual courses in the coming up slides. Okay, just summarize here. We have dermatology, radiotherapy, radiodiagnosis, orthopedics, pathology, general medicine, obstetrics and gynecology, general surgery, ophthalmology. Ophthalmology is a study of eye and its clinical conditions. Pediatrics, of course, you know, it is for the children. Okay, obstetrics and gynecology is female medicine, basically for female health, and of course pregnancy and delivery as well. Okay, so we have forensic medicine, which is definitely an upcoming field in India. Then we have psychiatry, ENT is ear, nose, throat. Sports medicine is again becoming very important in different fields. Okay, so they're required for various teams. So if you're done MD in sports medicine, you could join different. Then we have the pre and paramedical subjects as well, anat, physio, biochem, etc. Okay, let's do one thing. We can get into the actual individual slides and we understand each course so that you could be focusing on the kind of specializations you're going to choose. Okay.